Hello and welcome back to Panzer Corps Gold and playing hardball and the Second World War here in our more or less fictive scenario of Orel, where we have nearly won. However, I think we should just see to it that the Soviets that we are let's put it like that that we are playing with the Soviets a little bit, like a cat with the mouse that it has found. So let's drive back here because we have a little bit time. It is round 15 or turn 15, and we can bring these guys here, or we could also just let them rule. On the other hand, they might just get something new all over the place. We've got 4 ammo. Let's shoot this one here also. Then our planes could in principle go in. These are our ultra grenadiers. You guys finish them off. There. And then you guys, you have enough fuel. 1, 2, 3. I think that's, yeah, that won't be enough to get out of there again. So let's just drive like so. We're just supplying all our artillery. And by the way, we could actually attack these guys, but I don't want to use the strategic bomber. I want them to invest all their prestige. So let's use maybe this attack you, huh? Although this is mostly to soften up the entrenchment. Now then let's rather have a fighter. This is our attack guy, so let's fly in here like so. Oh, and they even hit one. Amazing. You guys get more ammo. You guys have 2 ammo, so you get rather more of that. Yeah, we're just refueling everything now, and we're also doing all of that in one turn. So yeah, so which means that we can end this turn now. These guys, they have enough fuel. They can just circle in the sky a little bit. Guys are there, so you drive here. Yeah, and then everything is good. Maybe we go here just in case if someone is swooping in or so. Ending the turn. Aha, turn 16. Okay, no, I think they are actually out of prestige, huh? But that's also not so bad, because this one here should be able to surrender again. And that's actually awesome that they drove here, because then these guys... Oh! Why are they suddenly so good? That's less than optimal. And if you guys go into anti-tank mode... Now that's actually not ideal. So let's retreat the long legs. And by the way, you guys can drive in. We could in principle do it again, but I think they are just out of prestige. So we shoot this one here. They have 1 entrenchment, suppression 8. You guys could go there for 2. No. Now then let's just shoot them like this. Oh yeah. And then this infantry goes in. Although no, just a second. We are bringing the Stug in, because they can attack this one. Here, our recon Let's bring the Stuk here. And then the Stuk shoots them. Okay, good. I'm not unhappy about the bad performance, and you guys make them surrender. Well, at least 2, so that gives us 15, 5 points. Well, glorious. And yeah. Now I guess at this point it doesn't really matter much. I would think this is a soft target, so I would think that our Sioux should do less damage, but I wonder why this thing here causes so much damage on this one. They only have 128 and they don't even have overstrength. Well, let's bring them. Can you guys drive here? Ah, yeah. Ah, then it's even 6. Okay, now then they are going to do the attack. Okay. Then let's do it like this. You guys drive here. Here. You guys go there. This is 3. This is also 3. Then you guys have the first shot. Good. Bad performance. All suppressed. Excellent. And then you guys attack them. Oh yeah, very good. Underperformance end. 20. Aha, 31. Okay. 31 prestige points. Okay, now we are pounding the town. With all artillery that we have. Completely suppressed. Then our grenadiers have an attack. And then we'll have some more bombardment. You guys drive here like so. You hit them. And then in principle the plane could also get the kill. Or the tank. Oh, let's have the tank. There. Good. Beautiful. And now we go in and we win. Yeah. Ending the turn. Decisive victory. Okay, so excellent work, Herr General. You have secured all of your objectives and stamped out the Russian winter offensive for good. Thanks to your effort, we have won a much-needed reprieve on the Eastern Front, and it is one that we intend to make full use of to rearm and re-equip our forces. Although you were able to secure Kharkov and Orel, there's now an immense bulge of Soviet units that exists between these two cities. Based on your past successes, you have been given the choice of joining the North or South pincer that will attack this bulge in the coming months. Early intelligence is quite limited, but we know from captured officers that many Soviet armored units are concentrated on the south of the bulge, while the forces in the northern area contains a larger concentration of infantry dug into some pretty rough terrain. You should expect heavy fighting regardless of your decision. But I recommend engaging the enemy. Your forces are most suited to tackling, be they entrenched infantry on the north or armored units on open ground in the south. The choice is yours, Herr General. So, that is actually interesting. And well, we had slightly discussed this, but the notion in the community seems to be ambivalent at this point. And here we know for the first time, or we learn for the first time about the salient of Kursk. So, Kursk salient, we recall, that was between indeed Kharkov and Orel, or rather Belgorod, that area, was formed, and that's the bigger picture here, was formed after this operational retreat of the Wehrmacht units that let the Soviet forces stumble forward, so to speak, and exhaust their logistic chain. And that gave the Germans the opportunity to counter-strike and take them out, although actually quite some of those Soviet tank battalions that were involved there got actually away, and they would meet them again around Kursk here. So, and what the Germans didn't know, because their recon, and they are saying this here, early intelligence quite limited, yeah, their recon failed completely. So they were completely oblivious to the fact that the Soviets had chosen a defensive strategy here to heavily fortify the Kursk salient with several layers of defensive lines, something around 5. And I read about a German guy who said, oh yeah, well, we were nearly through the second line, and after that we would have won. But he also was completely oblivious to the fact that they were not even half through there. So, and the Soviet idea was that the German forces would actually spend their fighting capabilities when stuck in front of these defensive lines. And at the same time, the Soviets were actually attacking the Orel region once the German forces were committed. Yeah, which also had the objective to weaken the attacking German forces as well. So, and that was the Kursk situation was the last time that the German forces had something like the initiative and something like offensive power. They scraped together all their units from all around the Eastern Front, weakening the lines with that. Yeah, and that this whole thing actually sped up the downfall, I would think. So, and the big question is, do we the north or do we the south? So, north, more infantry probably, more artillery probably, I would think. But possibly also interesting loot or so. But on the other hand, now that we will have Panthers and Tiger tanks, I don't think there are any enemy units that are actually interesting for us, except maybe for self-driving artillery pieces or something. Although I wouldn't actually want more Zeus, and we have these new units now, which are also possibly better, yeah, or at least equal. And I don't want more than 2, Su 1 or 22 actually. I like it that they are so quick with 6 tiles, but we need something more powerful. So, and now the question is, do we take the north or the south? I tend to the south with more tanks, because this could give us the opportunity to make them surrender, yeah, and earn some extra prestige. So let's take the south. There, July 5th, 1943. Operation Citadel has begun, Herr General. For months we waited to marshal our forces. Still longer we waited for new Tiger and Panther tanks. Now, finally the time has come to strike. As you have opted to strike at the Kursk salient from the south, your first objective will be to break through the Soviet defenses and secure Yakolevo and the surrounding objectives. This city is an important hub on the rail line between Kharkov and Orel and must be taken at all costs. If possible, you should strive to advance even further than Yakolevo and secure all of your marked objectives. Only with an overwhelmingly decisive victory will we be able to reach Kursk itself. As a final warning, you should expect much of your resistance to come from the Soviet Armored Corps, but also be wary of the considerable buildup of Red Air Force units in the sector. Oh, no one said anything about the Red Air Force. Well, actually I had thought that we would rule the sky now, but let's see. Okay then. And we get something, an elite unit. Oh yeah, and here. So Panzer 4 now has these side armaments there. We've got the Panzer 5, the Panther, an Elephant, which we are as an anti-tank gun, which we are not going to buy. Nebelwerfer, this would be interesting for a defensive situation against lots and lots of infantry. But I feel it's actually too inflexible. Oh ja, and this here. Schweres Infanteriegeschütz, not Sonder. Schweres Infanteriegeschütz, so heavy infantry gun. On the old Czech Panzer 38T chassis. Oh, and we've got the Junkers, the 87G with big guns, the tank buster. This also Henschel. Ah, yeah, interesting. Oh, but the Junkers is way better. But has very short range and is slow. Yeah. This one looks cool. The Henschel HS129. And then we've got the Focke-Wulf also in a tactical bomber configuration here with big guns there. Okay, interesting. In addition to standard combat forces, we should anticipate minefields to be littered throughout the enemy's defensive networks. Be sure to bring adequate infantry and pioneer forces to clear these obstacles. Interesting. So, okay, I shall think about this. The maximum of special elite units that we can have is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tanks that we have. And we have now a special... Ah yeah, so these guys. So I think we are going to... What is this here? SE Infantry 43. Are they regular Wehrmacht? Oh yeah, they are. Okay, well, this will not give us a lot of extra prestige, but whatever. Yeah, they only have Grenadiers and Gebirgsjäger, not even special elite pioneers. Well, that's a bit sad. And they also only come with an Opel Blitz. Well, so... Yeah, I shall think about this a little bit, but I think we are going to upgrade all of our tanks here into Tigers, or well, they are already Tigers. I had thought, or maybe one of them becomes a Panther, but I had thought that, and let's look at the costs. 652, and this is 703, yeah. For the soft cap, it will be certainly relevant, although probably not by a lot. And, you know, I feel that it's like also a little bit boring maybe if we just have 5 Tigers here. I would like that though. And then I would prefer to have Panthers here with our regular Wehrmacht. But I think we should see the model as well. Yeah. So like we could actually upgrade this one. So I feel I would like it to have one camouflage Panther driving around. Like on the Western Front. I would like that. And then let's have a look here. So I think we are going to upgrade this here. This 15 centimeter field gun into oh, this one only has 4 shots, no, the Vesper, no, this one here, the Hummel. So we are going to upgrade this one into a Hummel. This will even save us some prestige, I think, because with this here, let's have a look. If we are buying it new, this would cost 471. And the Hummel only costs 336. So this will actually free a little bit of prestige there. So I think that's what we can do. And this guy here we can upgrade. So this is our early... it's not even in the list anymore. This was our early Sturmpanzer. And I think... Ah, yeah. We can upgrade it into this here. This will make it a little bit sturdier. For only 48 prestige. Or this. But with the smaller gun. A bit more flexible. Oh no, actually the Hummel is better. Ah yeah. So this one here is better armored. I like this here better though, with 5 ammo and 54 fuel, and also even more importantly 5 movement points. That's much better. Yeah. Okay. So the decision has been made. Now we are here. Let's look around. Dragunskoye is to be taken here. And then we've got indeed 1 and 2. Okay. 2 lines of defense, and it is indeed all open terrain. And I think we are going to do the following. We will have one group that is responsible to go north on the eastern side of the Donetsk River, although that's actually quite dangerous because from the western side we cannot support them. That's actually a bit bad. But we could also just hold the line here and then do the work here on the western side, come around and then come from up here and then squash them from 2 sides. Then we don't need to commit so many forces down here, I guess. Although this would also be bad, I guess. Yeah, we shall see. But it is certainly a very open terrain. So I don't think that we are going to use our Gebirgsjäger, except for the long legs. Or maybe 2 units, 2 Gebirgsjäger. Although it's kind of sad because I would want to use the heroes. This guy here with defense, initiative and spotting. And this guy has attack and initiative. Attack, defense, initiative. We've got so many really good Gebirgsjäger. I mean, we could of course just change them. Upgrading them into something. Gebirgsjäger here. But it's also not so bad that the Gebirgsjäger are actually rather cheap. Let's have a look. What were the costs? 153 only. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, it doesn't show now. They don't. No, sorry. Wrong thinking here. So these are the guys with the remaining vehicle. Huh? Where is that? They have this here. Now I'm confused. They have the icon here, but they don't have the vehicle anymore. Well, okay. So, but that concludes today's episode. Many thanks for watching. The next time we are going to begin with Operation Citadel, Yakovlevo mission. Capture all objectives. That's our goal. Yeah, and I think it's going to be doable, right? I mean, we can actually expect that everything is crawling with tanks, I would think. I would hope that they didn't bring too many of these spark tanks. I find those pretty nasty and annoying. And we have 3 Sonderkraftfahrzeuge. That's the good thing. Okay then, so we have remembered the bigger strategic picture. Now we are here in the south. And let's see if we can make as many of these tanks surrender as possible, because that should give us quite some prestige. And we have 20,332 points now. So, and that concludes this episode and this mission, or the last mission, Orel. I feel that went all pretty well, although we suffered a few losses that were a bit unlucky, I feel. But all in all, I'm rather satisfied. So, and in the next episode, we are going to deploy, or we will rather rework the core. And then we will go and hopefully punch through the lines and close the salient, the Kursk salient. Let's see if we can pull that off. So, many thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed this one, and if you did, how about you show that by clicking the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the bell to never ever miss an episode again on Playing Hardball. And as always, the comment section is all yours. See you next time. Bye bye.